What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another video. So this is my short tribute to Chadwick Boseman, who passed away on yesterday. A lot of us know him from Black Panther as T'Challa and a lot of other movies that he was in. I was a huge fan of his. I loved him in everything that he played in, and I'm just gonna miss seeing him. Like, he had such a good spirit. He was so soft-spoken, and it just seems like, even though you don't know a person personally, that when a person's spirit, when they have such a huge good spirit, it makes you feel like you knew them personally. They're able to touch your heart, and people like that I seem to have a spiritual connection to, whether I know them personally or not. And so that's why I was so shocked and so hurt yesterday after learning that he had passed away. Like, it gave us that feeling. I know it gave me that feeling of like when we lost Michael Jackson and when we lost Whitney Houston. Even though I didn't know them personally, I'm pretty sure a lot of us can agree on the fact that we have this connection with them spiritually, but because of their heart, because of how they were able to touch people. And with him, in every movie he played in, it's like his true character always stood out the most. No matter what the role he was playing, still his true character, you couldn't help but see it. And also in his interviews, I just love to sit and watch him talk. Whatever it is he's talking about, it's like I just enjoyed being in his company. I felt myself being in his company. And so, again, my condolences go out to his family and everyone who just gonna miss him so much. Now, the thing about death, we can choose to, look at it the way we want to. A lot of times, of course, we look at death as something that just hurts so much because a person is gone. We'll never see them again. But you can look at death in a more spiritual way, because when we leave away from here, one thing we all know for sure is that we all gonna go someday, is that our spirit is what remains. And that's if you choose to see it that way. If you receive it in a way whereas I will keep that person's spirit alive, it's like you can still have them in your presence sometimes. And I mentioned that in an older interview about how I feel like I still talk to my mom, how I feel like her presence is still near me sometimes because of her spirit. She has such a good, strong spirit, and that is what stuck out about her the most. That is what sticks out about a person the most, is their good spirit and how they made you feel. And yeah, it was just something. I was just so shocked to hear that. I wasn't expecting it. It's like death doesn't surprise me anymore. It's just a person. It's how you take it when it's someone who you really, really, really cared about. And I really cared about him. Again, he had such a good heart, such a good spirit, such a strong spirit. And that's what I choose to keep alive. When I think about him, I'll just feel like that he is still among us in spirit. It is way too early for people to be talking about replacing him with who in the next, moral films and stuff. And I don't even care about none of that, because it's like you cannot replace anyone. That goes for anyone, whether they are, you know, famous or not. You just cannot replace another soul. His soul, his spirit lives on. And we can choose to let it live on, and we can choose to let it live on within us. So, that's just the way I choose to live it. That's the way I choose to look at it. Um, yeah, it was just something that really hurted me again. I just felt like I knew him personally. It really hurted me, man. I had to shed some tears over that one last night. The same way I did over the Michael Jackson death and Whitney Houston and other people, famous people who passed away, who I didn't really speak on in my videos. But this one, I posted a picture of him in my community, on the community board a little while back, because There was a picture of him going around with his wife, rushing him into the emergency room. And we had been noticing that he had lost a lot of weight some months back through his interviews, and when we would just see him, you know, on some images that paparazzi will catch, and we would see it online. And of course, that's just a normal human reaction to automatically assume that a person is sick. And you don't want to think that they're suffering from a life-threatening illness, but that just comes to mind. And a lot of times, a lot of us will just be like, well, you know, maybe he's, you know, it's a lifestyle change dealing with, you know, he chooses to go vegan or something like that. You know, and I had heard that too. But we just didn't know. All of us were just speculating. We didn't know. But one thing we knew for sure is we just wished him well. And we wanted to see him get better if he was suffering from anything. They are the motorcycle passing. Which, if he was suffering from anything, if he took his illness as suffering, we don't know that. I'm sorry for the background noise. Because the way he worked so well through his projects, we didn't know if he was suffering. We look at it as suffering. Hopefully he wasn't suffering. But, you know, it was just his time to go. And when it's our time to go, we can't do nothing about it. You know, that's why it's good that we just live a good life. And we live in a way where, as we want to leave a huge impact on people, that's going to leave a mark and make them remember us for the good, you know, more than whatever else they choose to, you know, just portray us as. That's how I look at it, and I hope other people will too. You know, I know people do. But, yeah, it's just something to think about, how we should receive death. Of course, we're going to mourn them. Of course, it's going to be grief, especially from his immediate family, his very, very close family members, his wife. Of course, it's going to be pain. Again, that's a normal human reaction. But as time goes by, you know, and we accept it, because we have no other choice but to accept it, we can choose to let his spirit live on. So yeah, that's pretty much all I want to talk about in this video. Just my short tribute to Chadwick Boseman, and, you know, just glad that he is at peace now and resting peacefully and in no more pain, because I'm pretty sure he was in pain. I mean, it was cancer, and cancer eat away at the body until you just, you know, it's nothing that the medicine or anything can do. No lifestyle change or anything can do. It's just like that with that disease. Sadly to say, hopefully they come up with a cure soon for cancer. Cancer took away too many people that I love. My mom with stomach cancer, my aunt with breast cancer, my grandmother, and that was before I was even born, with cancer. My grandfather, I believe, with colon cancer. And by the way, he passed away with colon cancer that he had been battling for 4 years silently, working through all those movies and projects without us even knowing. We just, you know, can tell something was going on with him physically by how much weight that he had lost, but we didn't really know what was going on. So I hope there's a cure soon. And if not, you know, that the person just lived their life and fulfilled everything, you know, it was fulfilled with everything that they wanted to do. I hope that they were able to make peace with themselves and just live being the best version of themselves before they passed on. So anyway, that's complete my video. Thank y'all for watching. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll probably be back on Monday with another video. So talk to y'all soon.